Hi guys, today we are going to talk about our White Mountain National Park, which is in the New Hampshire. And let's take a look at it.
So next I'm going to talk about the rock unit. So White Mountains are famous for their various geological formations and rock units. The Conway granite is a significant granite block in the White Mountains. Conway granite is a light-colored granite rock that makes up a large amount of region's bedrock. The Little Tom Formation is another important rock unit made up of metamorphic rocks such as schist and gneiss. Over geological time, these rocks have been subjected to extreme heat and pressure, resulting in their transformation from original sedimentary or igneous rocks. In addition, the White Mountains contain a variety of different formations and rock types, such as igneous, sedimentary, and metamorphic rocks, which reflect this area's different geological history. Different parts of the White Mountain have multiple rock units. So Conway granite is a huge deal in the White Mountains, both historically and currently. For centuries, people have used it to construct strong and visually appealing structure, such as bridges and landmarks. This tall rock may be found all over the place, displaying its eternal beauty in the area, digging up and resource for the inhabitants, and when it comes to working with nature, it's more than simply rock. It's a piece of our heritage and artistry. It's a connection between the people, their history, and the rocky land they called home. The rock formations are also like pages in a book, each telling a different chapter of the Earth's history, from volcanic eruptions to ancient seas and the slow transformation of rocks over time. So the granite-filled landscapes aren't just gorgeous to look at, they're like a gigantic playground for people who love the outdoors. Hiking trails make you through Conway granite areas, offering you a workout while also teaching you interesting facts about how the land developed. Consider Conway granite to be a living narrative of nature and people, providing everyone a cool experience.
Possibly the most notable landform of the White Mountain National Forest, and definitely my favorite, would be the Presidential Range, which has 13 mountains, 9 of which are over 4,000 feet in elevation, and 7 of those, I believe, are named after presidents, which is pretty fun. It has a variety of hardwood vegetation closer to the base of the mountains, as well as coniferous softwoods closer to the tree line, and 7 square miles of alpine environment above the tree line, which makes it the largest alpine zone in the Northeast. And that's really interesting because you can observe a whole bunch of different species of alpine wildflowers bloom once a year um, in this alpine environment, right in our backyard, basically, which is pretty rare because they only grow at high elevation and Arctic conditions. So that's something that's pretty cool and not that far away. It's also home to the oldest continuously used hiking trail in America, which is the Crawford Path. You can see in the top right of the slide there. And that was established as the first trail to summit Mount Washington in 1819. So it's a big part of the outdoors community history as well as just American history. It's pioneering. Um, and so the Presidential Range has immense recreational value for hikers, rock climbers, you name it. There's Mount Washington, which is the tallest peak in the Northeast, and tons of people come to climb there, as well as the Washington Valley, I believe. It's called, has these big sheer cliff faces that make it a huge destination for climbers. Possibly the most important part is it has a rich Algonquin history, and indigenous history is American history. So that's something that should be preserved as a national park.
The White Mountains are a section of the Appalachian Mountains that stretches for 87 miles or 140 kilometers across central and north New Hampshire and into western Maine. The mountains are formed by magma intrusions and glaciation. About 124 million to 100 million years ago, as the North American plate moved west across the New England, hotspot, its granitic mountains were formed by magma intrusions. Then the mountains were covered by glaciation. The glaciers sculpted the mountains into the U-shaped valleys, or the notches that we see today. The picture on the right is the Crawford Notches, which is an example of the outcome of this kind of geological activity.
So I think White Mountain have excellent natural resources such as different kinds of rock units or something, and it is a good place for both scientific and historical research. And it is also a good place for people to do some outdoor activities and such as hiking or something, and it has good environment. So I think this is a good place for our national park. And that is all. Thank you for listening.